rehearsal of concepts of this FTX. In addition, is given a large-scale terrain model in a controlled environment. And your standards is to ensure Roadrunner Battalion, that's you, has a clear understanding of the fall FTX. And now I would give it over to OIC Cadet McClain.
We have 3 rules for the ROC drill. The rules are going to be as followed. You will all take notes, so everyone pull out your pen and paper as part of your uniform. If you don't have one, ask to borrow one from a friend. Second rule is if you have any questions, you're going to hold them all to the end. Go ahead and make a quick note of them so you don't forget them. At the end, we'll ask for questions and we'll answer them at that time. Last rule is if you're falling asleep or if you see your friend falling asleep, wake them up and keep yourself awake. Alright, I'll go ahead and orient you to the terrain model. So this is going to be our north-seeking arrow here. Grid squares are from west to east. They're going to be 41, 42, 43, and 44. From south to north, it's going to be 77, 78, and 79. We have a legend identified for you here that you guys can all reference. Right over there, right over here. This is going to be the entrance to Camp Bullis, so you guys are all familiar and you know where it's starting from. And that's all for now. I'll be followed by Sergeant Major West.
Good morning, Roadrunners. Hey, so for the FTX this weekend, the rules and expectations I'm going to go over with y'all for what to expect, okay? So for the uniform during the FTX while we're out there, OCPs, what you see me standing in right now is what is expected, okay? If you don't have this uniform, the UCPs. Stand up real quick. You? That, not you, him. That's the other uniform that's expected. Thank you, sit back down. If you don't have one of those 2 uniforms, appropriate outdoor attire, and I know there's a few of you that don't have it, so don't, everyone else, wear this if you have it. If you don't have it, wear appropriate outdoor gear like you do at lab. Oh. Okay, so at nighttime, during the first night, whenever we're staying in the barracks, you're allowed to wear the APFU uniform. So depending on how cold it is, you can have the full winters, or you can wear shorts and t-shirts, that's fine. If you don't have the IPFU uniform, you can wear something very similar to it, okay? Don't be wearing hoodies and all this other stuff. Just black shorts, black pants, that's fine. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Okay, for showers, while we're out there, when you're walking from the barracks to the showers, have closed-toed shoes on, okay? We don't want anyone getting stabbed by sticks or stubbing their toes on rocks or rolling their ankle or anything like that. Oh. Okay, once you get in the showers, I don't care if you're barefooted, have shower shoes or whatever. It's on your packing list, so I would expect you to have it. And then when you walk back to the barracks, obviously, put your closed-toed shoes back on. And then when you get back to the barracks, do whatever you need to do. So, water sources. We expect everyone to have water source on you at all times during the FTX. Roger? So, once you notice it start to get below halfway, you need to find a water point and make sure you refill your water source. There's going to be a fluctuation of temperatures from the 30s all the way up, I'm thinking to like the 80s or 90s at some points in time. So, the chance of dehydration is pretty high. So make sure you're constantly hydrating yourself. Sleeping arrangements. While we're in the barracks, no males will go into the females. No males will go into the female sleeping quarters, and vice versa. No females in the male sleeping quarters. If you need to talk to someone in your squad that's the opposite sex, then text them and meet up somewhere outside. Roger? All right. Battle buddy pairs. It is something that we practice and we take very seriously in the Army, in the military in general. So we're going to start forming good habits now, Roger? Okay, so everywhere you go, whether it's to the restroom, whether it's to go refill your water source, or someone asks you to go take some equipment from one location to the next, have a battle buddy with you, Roger? We don't want you to get attacked by wild pigs and you're all by yourself and you get sent to, or you die out there because you're all alone, you're scared, and you're bleeding out from wild hogs. Okay, that's probably not going to happen. All right, so your company leadership sent out a survey for you to fill out. You should have already done that so we could be tracking who you are for heat, cold weather, and allergies. Y'all done so? Okay, everyone should have done that. And if you're not any of those, you should have just put not applicable or whatever the appropriate choice was. So we're going to be identifying y'all with beads that are going to go on your boots, and it's going to be color coded. Roger? Okay. So that'll help the MS4s and the cadre know who to look for and to pay a little bit more attention to, because you're more susceptible to having it happen again. Roger? Okay. Yep. That's the rules and expectations for FTX. Followed by me, it's going to be Cadet Longoria with the weather.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Cadet Longoria. I'm going to give you the weather for the first day of FTX, okay? It's going to be a high of 62 and a low of 46. There's going to be a 10% chance of precipitation, so odds are it's not going to rain at all. All right? The important thing about this is that at nighttime, if you're going to be going outside for bay planning, there's going to be no illumination from the moon at all. So A, have a headlamp with you so you can see and plan at night if you won't be outside. And then B, make sure you pack your cold weather gear, okay? It's going to be super cold at night going into the next day for the obstacle course. That's all I have for the weather for that day. That'll be followed by me. It's Cadet Barbosa.
I'm Cadet Barbosa. So prior to arriving at Camp Bullis, you will already have eaten. Is everyone going to eat before they arrive? Yes, okay? Because you're not going to get chow until later on during that day. So make sure you eat and you have snacks. Bring snacks. Okay, so arrival time is 10:30 and in processing will begin at 10:30. You will park at the National Guard, a reserved parking lot. Once you arrive, you will walk down Wilkerson Road. There will be MS4s to guide you. Once you walk down Wilkerson Road, you will arrive at the barracks. Guides will be there to lead you to the barracks, where in processing will begin with S1. Once you in process, you will receive equipment from S4 and form up in your respective platoons that you were assigned to. Followed by me will be Cadet Ski with Cadet West with individual skills. Thank you.
Morning, Road Runners again. I'm Cadet West. I'm going to be your OIC on day one for individual skills lab. Whoop. So it's going to take place right behind the barracks near the wood line that's right there at the end of them. Roger? All right, there are 6 lanes for individual skills. There's going to be recon lane, 240 Bravo with the tripods. There's going to be a terrain model lane, a 249 with the M4, TCCC, Tactical Combat Casualty Care, for those of you that don't know. And then radios. We're going to be using ASIC radios, Roger? Alright. Once you sign in with S1, when you originally get there on Friday, you're going to make your way down to the end of the barracks, and the MS3s have already been divided up into squads. So once all the MS2s get there, and I have complete sets of squads, I'm going to start pushing the 2 squads out per lane. It's going to start from the far left, and then I'm just going to fill in the rest of the lanes moving towards the right. Roger? Alright, so it'll be 12 squads total, 2 squads per lane. That's the way it's going to work. 1 hour per lane. The signal for rotation is going to be blasted by either a whistle or an air horn. And that'll be your signal to get up and move to the next lane in a clockwise rotation. So again, with the water source, there'll be a 5-gallon water jug in each lane, so you can refill your water source if you're drinking through it that fast. So with that being said, have a water source on you at all times. You have been encouraged to pack wet weather gear in the event that it does rain while we're out there training. So make sure you're prepared for that. We're going to have systems in place to prevent the radios and the weapons from getting wet so they don't malfunction, get messed up, or start to rust. If the weather is bad enough, we'll move indoors to the barracks and we'll continue training. We're not going to stop training on account of weather. Whoop. Okay. My lane, the individual skills lane, there'll be MS4s at each of them, 3 or 4 MS4s, and cadre oversight at each of the lanes. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them at the end of the training. And then this will conclude at 1800, and followed by me will be Cadet Ski.
to 1900, you'll receive chow. Once you get done with individual skills, your squad will be called on. You'll receive chow, and no later than 1900 we'll begin bay planning, which cadets P will go more into.
Good morning, Roadrunners.
Morning.
Alright, bay planning will begin at 1900. Myself and Cadet Fredo will identify the MS3s that will be in leadership during bay planning. We will brief them their sticks, mission, and op-ord on a terrain model. We'll give them some time to kind of get familiar with it, take notes, ask questions, whatever they need. We'll be there to assist them. They will, from 1900 to 2300, they will be planning their mission with their squads, following the troop leading procedures, building a terrain model, putting together their op order, developing squad SOPs, all these things that you guys have been taught in class leading up to this major event. No later than 2300, those MS3s in leadership will brief their sticks mission on an op order, or on a terrain model with an op order. There will be one MS4 assigned to each of these MS3s in leadership, so you'll be evaluated, but they're also there to help support you, guide you, answer questions if need be. I'll be followed by Cadet Medina.
Alright, 4 OIC and 24 lucky MS1s and 2s will get to be with me during bay planning. So, during that 4-hour block of instruction, we'll be going over like classes. It's kind of like concurrent training of what your peers will be doing, but I mean we're in like a smaller group and you guys are not like doing an actual mission, you're just planning it, right? So the first class that you guys are going to get is just going to be like how to be Op 4, like what to look for during these lanes, because you guys are going to be providing feedback for your peers in the stick lanes, right? And then after that you guys are going to do a radios class, just so that you guys can be able to communicate while you guys are out there. Don't want anyone to get lost, don't want anyone to, you know, whatever. And then the next class you guys will go into will be TLPs, so again, concurrent with like people that are doing stick lanes. And then after that, you guys will do like mission planning, and you're gonna actually make a TMK and brief officer. So we'll have like MS4s grading you and stuff. And followed by me will be what?
Planning has been concluded. We'll begin with a rest plan. Your leadership should establish the rest plan, and during the rest plan, fire guard will be included. So just note that down. Followed by me will be. This concludes day 1.
And the first thing you do is obstacle course, okay? So make sure you're on the obstacle course, you're not wearing your cold weather gear too, okay? We don't need anybody heat catting that early in the morning to ruin the rest of your day for your training. Second of all, this day we're gonna have Nightland Nav, obviously, at night. So make sure, like I said earlier from the previous day, there's gonna be no moonlight available at all. So make sure you have headlamps, and for your headlamps, make sure you have extra batteries. I know sometimes batteries fall out, or maybe they might be dead if you had your headlamp for a long time. Also, keep in mind, be situational aware of where you're at Nightline Nav so you don't hurt yourself by bumping into an obstacle or any other kind of foliage that's out there. And then lastly, make sure you keep your weapon system on you at all times so you don't lose it out there on the course at night. And then make sure too, you keep your sleep system on you. Make sure you have everything you need to stay warm at night. You will be sleeping outdoors for the second day. That's all I have. Followed by me, Cadet Barbosa again.
Day 2 begins with wake up. Followed by that will be hygiene and a chow. And chow. Next will be movement to the O course, which Cadet Calhoun will have more information on that.
Good morning. Okay, you're gonna start your wonderful Saturday morning with me. And let me orient you from the barracks. You're gonna be moving to the O course. So I'm gonna need a formation at 0650 at the start of the O course, which is gonna be near the bleachers. It's very, 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 very easy to find. So then we're gonna split you guys into 2 groups, 6 squads, 6 squads. 6 squads will be on my O course, 6 squads will be doing individual skills, just to refresh what you guys missed and suck at. So I have 6 obstacles you're gonna be going through, identified by my wonderful 6 MS4s, and we're gonna see which squad is the best. We're gonna test your skills and communication, teamwork, and we'll have 1 victory squad, and then whatever cadre will be like, yay! And you guys get bragging rights for the rest of the year. Awesome. So my lane ends at 0930. All of the times will be identified with an air horn. And I'll be followed by the marvelous Cadet Murray.
Good morning, everybody. So following the course, your
going to move into day land nav. Where Cadet Longoria is pointing is the O course. From there, the 12 squad leaders will be pulled over and be given a brief on a squad level movement to the actual starting point for day land nav. Show the starting point for day land nav. It's right there. It's about a click movement, so you're going to have a lot of time. Once you arrive at that starting point, we will disseminate these little level cards to y'all to identify who's going to be a beginner, intermediate, and do the challenging course. From there, you will be given time to plot, and then you take off on my day land nav course. Circle the day land nav course. It is everything, including all this business. This is a very large course. Please do not get lost or hurt on my course. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. After that, the ending point for y'all's course is different from the starting point. Once you're done finding your points, you will move to the start point for sticks.
Everybody, Cadet Barrera, Charlie Company Hood. Your sticks OIC. So quickly to orientate you guys, this is the area, all this grass area right here, that's going to be the sticks area that we're going to be going through. Okay, so right after day land nav, like Murray said, we're going to break you guys down into 12 squads. And there's going to be 12 squads with 12 lanes and 2 missions, okay? It's going to be a squad attack. So you're going to arrive, you're going to show up. You'll be assigned a lane walker who's going to facilitate and guide you, make sure you're going the right direction, and also operate with outboard. So also with them is going to be a blue card evaluator from bay planning, as well as a cadre member for each lane, okay? During this time, I'll issue out a quick safety brief, and we'll get you guys 2 ASIP radios per lane. From there, you guys will move to the SP of your individual lanes, and you're gonna get a short amount of time to finalize your planning. During this time, you can go through your TLPs, you can do last minute rehearsals, checks, inspections, things like that, okay? Following that, you're gonna conduct your squad attack, and after that mission will be a quick AAR and resupply. So during that time, you can get water, use the restroom, and for the AAR, we want it to be led by you guys, and so you guys will talk about improves, sustains, breakdowns in communications, things like that, okay? That'll be facilitated by the MS4s and cadre members, but we really want y'all to talk a lot amongst yourselves and figure that out so you can improve on the next mission. Okay, so follow-on mission is going to be a change of leadership. They'll identify the new leadership, and they'll receive the mission. They're going to have a little bit more time for planning during this time because the previous mission received it the night before, okay? So they'll get about half an hour to conduct their TLPs before they're going to start the mission, and they're going to head back the same way that they came, okay? All right, so they're going to conduct the mission. Same as last time, they're going to conduct a AR and resupply during the end, turn in radios, and collect back at the control point. This will end 6 lanes, and follow me will be Cadet Medina with Op 4.
So for Op 4 for the stick lanes, so my 24 lucky MS1s and 2s are going to be broken into 12 groups of 2. So you guys will have a battle buddy at each lane. You guys will be placed at the first objective by yours truly and my other AOICs. And then to the movement from the first objective, which is basically the end point, and the second objective, which is essentially the start point, you guys will have lane walkers, which will facilitate that movement, and you guys will also have us so that you guys don't get lost. Right, and yeah, you guys get to be Op 4. It'll be a lot of fun. Followed by me.
So upon completion of the stick lanes, you will move down Wilderness Road to TS3 towards the bivouac where we'll be resting later on. So we'll receive chow at the bivouac, and it will also be your night land navigation start point. So once chow is done, we'll go into night land navigation, and Cadet Murray has more information on night land navigation.
Well, hello again. So night land navigation portion. This time your starting point is going to be TS3, the same point where you're going to be sleeping. That's also going to be your end point. Once you arrive there and get chow, you're going to come to me, and that's where I'm going to identify who's going to be in the 3 different levels. It is going to be completely dark out. There is no moonlight, so it's going to make night land nav very difficult. Like I said earlier, this course is very large, so you're going to have to use your lamp and all your little skills that you're taught for night land nav to not get lost on this course. Very large. there are backstops and drops and things to keep you in a good region, so you'll be okay. Afterwards, you will move back to TS3, where you will be bedding down for the night. And that's where I will be followed by your foot march. Never mind Barbosa.
Okay, so day 3 will begin that with the weather update. Cadet Woodworth.
All right, for the last weather update for the FTX, it's going to be a high of 75 for that afternoon and then a low of 52. So obviously, the only thing we can say for this is it's going to be really cold in the morning, but you have a ruck immediately. As much as it's going to suck for a little bit, don't wear any cold weather gear. We don't need anybody to be heating up way too much on the ruck. So make sure that when you start your ruck, just be in your normal OCPs or whatever style uniform that you have with you. All right, that's all I have for the weather for that day. Followed by BE's Cadet Dining.
Good morning, Roadrunner Battalion. I'll be the OIC for the foot march, and the foot march route goes as follows. At SP will be at TS3 where you were bedding down for night land nav. You're going to be following TS3 down Wilderness Road, down the dirt path that'll lead through the stick lanes to your first TCP point. That TCP point, you're going to be taking a left down the Camp Bullis Road. A key note or a key terrain feature to note is the FLRC course. If you see it, you're right. Good job. You're going to continue down past into the range control area. From there, you're going to take a right onto a hardball road, which is Marine Road. From here, the MS1s, 2s are going to have their turnaround point, which is going to be right here. A terrain feature to note is a little like village, a training village. From there, MS1s and 2s are going to head back down to the dirt road where the obstacle course is, next to the parking lot. From there, you're going to follow that road down to the barracks. And you guys, that will be the MS1s and 2s foot march. MS3s, my guys, you guys are going to continue down Marine Road all the way down till you get to TCP, which is a three-way intersection. From there, you're going to be turning right to the next TCP, which is also a turnaround point. The key terrain feature for that is a bridge. So once you see this bridge and MS4s that are going to be telling you to turn around, there's a little bit of a hint, you're turning around there. You'll be heading back the same way you came. Back down Marine Road, back to the dirt trail, same as the 1s and 2s. You're going to be going down to the barracks and you'll be ending there. You'll be stepping off at 07. It's going to be a formation ruck. Alpha is one formation. Bravo and Charlie are another formation. Your formations will be followed by GSA vehicles. One in the front, one in the back on both formations. There's going to be a MS4 that's going to lead both formations. Myself is going to lead the Alpha Company formation for the pace, and Cadet Fredo is going to lead the Charlie Bravo formation. There's going to be MS4s in those formations with you or trailing on the side. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything of that nature, that's where you bring it up to them so they can identify it and get you the help that you need. There's also going to be cadets that are going to be wearing road guard vests, and everyone's going to have a headlamp. The cadets that are going to be wearing road guard vests are going to be in the front of the formation and in the rear. Keep you guys safe and happy. Also, in the back, in the two trail vehicles, there's going to be medics on there. That way, if you guys get a boo-boo, they can help you so we can keep you alive. All right? Pending any questions, I'm going to be followed by...
After the foot march, MS1s and 2s will be the first to arrive back at the barracks. They'll first begin with out processing, returning equipment, and then they'll get in line with for chow. So that's at 0930. At 1100, we plan for the MS3s to complete the foot march. They'll out process, turning equipment, and receive chow as well. They have 30 minutes to eat. Then our AAR will begin, and Cadet Ramirez and I will conduct that AAR. After the AAR is completed, we'll have our battalion picture, and then those identified for the teardown will help out with the teardown and head back to West Campus to help us download. This concludes day 3. So for those arriving Friday at 19:30, you will arrive at Academy. academy near Camp Willis. I'll send out a location, an address to your company commanders so you know exactly where that location is. You will arrive at 1930. You will be shuttled by cadre and GSA vans. If you have a CAC, you can follow the GSA van and take your car inside Camp Willis. So that's for Friday. If you're arriving Saturday, we expect you to arrive at 0700 to be shuttled into Camp Willis. So again, it's the same thing for Friday. If you have a CAC, you can follow the GSA van, but you will meet at Academy at 0700. Also, for the Greystone cadets, I believe there's 15 of them. They will be arriving at 1300. So leadership, if you're in a leadership position, you'll have another squad member in your squad. So just so you're tracking that.
Cadet Ellison has a quick admin note for you guys. Just pay attention.
All right, y'all. So listen up. So at the FTX, when you first get there, you're gonna see me and my team. All right. Before you leave, you're gonna see me and my team. All right. So we need to track everybody that's on the site and everybody that's leaving. If you need to leave early for some odd reason, you will see me. All right. That's everything. All right. That's all I got for y'all.
When you out process with Cadet Ellison, you will be returning all the equipment you received at the beginning of the FTX. You will not keep it. So you will turn it back in. And on day one, if you cannot find a battle buddy to ride with that has a CAC, we will provide shuttle transportation at 10:30. But try to find a battle buddy that has a CAC, please. And if not, we will shuttle you from Academy to Camp Willis.
The equipment return, is that applied at time unit as well, or do we have that separate supply?
No, anything that you receive at the FTX will be returned at the end of FTX. So just anything you receive at the FTX.
All right, any last questions? Okay. All right, so I have some questions for you guys. What time are we gonna arrive on Friday, unless you've already identified that you're coming late? What's the majority?
10:30.
Where are you going to park at?
The Reserve Center parking.
All right. You, Garza, is that your name? No? Okay, well, what are you gonna do before you arrive? Eat? Sweet. Okay. You and the front row. Yeah. Compost? What are some of these 6 individual skill lanes that you're going to do on day 1?
249.
Just her. Go ahead. So she's not taking any notes, so. Alright, one of your friends around you guys know the 6 individual skills.
Radio! 40 Bravo.
M4.
Terrain 249. TCC. Oh shit.
What were the 6?
Recon 240 Bravo.
Oh no! One person says 1.
Recon.
You in the corner.
Recon.
All right, there's 1.
Radio.
2.
T-Triple-C.
Oh no, 1 at a time.
1 at a time.
Who said terrain model? All right, next. All right.
240.
With what?
Tripod.
All right. What's the last line?
The M4 with the
249.
There you go.
Alright, whenever we do 6 lane, what's the mission going to be for your lane?
is an attack.
Crane, do you know the mission?
Squad attack.
Thank you.
Good job, Crane.
Alright. Three? Okay. McDonald, what time does the foot march start on Sunday?
0700.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to conduct an AR for this brief. Alright, so what was supposed to happen today?
Rock drill. Rock drill.
What did happen?
Rock drill.
Alright, now I'm going to need 3 sustainments. What'd you like about it? Paulson.
The terrain model.
Terrain model. That's 1. Vicente. The legend. The legend.
Wow. Terrain model was simple yet complex.
Terrain model was simple. Do you have one?
That the OICs were briefing their part.
Alright, now 3 improvements. At least 3. Come on, give me something. Be louder. Okay. Anyone else? I need 2 more.
One behind you.
Not doing it in the morning.
Can't see the legend. All right.
Give out grade coordinates.
Give out grid
I didn't
coordinates.
mean that sarcastic.
Improvements.
Grade points right now? No. You're not getting those points right now? Don't ask. You'll get them most likely during your faith.
Alright. I need more improves.
I think it's a really nice terrain model, but maybe a little bigger.
Yeah, McLeany.
So people can walk on
Bigger.
Can you like indicate the
Hey, side chat!
land nav? Could you just point it to like general area, like that's land nav, like indicate something to make land nav?
You want land navs? Okay.
Like something.
Yeah, so land nav's just like a big grassy area, like a really large area, but you want it to just say on the map land nav.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Okay, hey, you want me to indicate where?
Well, no, you point it to just a general area, and I understand where the area is.
Yeah, cool, I got you. I don't need this. Alright. This is the front gate. Everybody got a good image of where the front gate is in your brain? Okay, very cool. And as you come through that front gate down the road, you hit that little dirt road on the right hand side. Everybody know where training site 3 is? No? Not at all. Okay, so you're pulling up, there's a gate to your right. That's where training site 3 is. That's going to be Wilderness Road. It's a dirt road, it takes off. It's real obvious. You'll see it as soon as you come in. Going down that road, all the vegetation to the right and all the vegetation to the left, all the way up until you hit Range Road, which is the next hardball, is your land nav course. Everything. It's a straight mile drive from TS3 gate all the way here. And it's about another mile wide. This is a large course. Good stuff. Has everybody got a better mental picture? Awesome.
Alright, that concludes the AAR. Hand it over to
Alright guys, so this is going to be the conclusion of the ROC Drill Lab. You guys should all be able to look at your op order. It's on Discord, so make sure you guys read that before you arrive on Friday. Right now, we're going to have you guys go fall back into a battalion formation, and it'll be handed over to your first sergeants at this time.